Alright guys, sorry about that. I got a little bit long-winded and I had to make this video turn into a two-parter. Got a 15-minute time limit and I'm sure some of you guys wish I had that in real life, but fortunately I don't. Okay, online we do. So let's go ahead and talk about this last example. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and start by dividing both sides by 3. Alright, so that will give us those 3's cancel out. Those 3's will also cancel out on the right-hand side. Typically, you don't want to do that when you've got something with two terms on one side of the equation, but you can go ahead and do it that way because they're both divisible by 3. So that'll give us 1 minus cosine of x, okay? Then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to square both sides, okay? We're going to square both sides, and typically when you have different what sine on one side, a cosine on the other side, that may be something that you want to try. And if you try it, you see where it goes and it doesn't get you anywhere, that's okay. But here we want to try it because we're going to try to get a Pythagorean identity from doing it, okay? So we square both sides. Square the left side, you can get sine squared x equals. If I multiply this also, so I'm going to make sure you box or FOIL it. Don't just square both of the terms. You'll be doing that wrong. Got to FOIL it. So first two terms 1, outer two terms minus cosine x, inner two terms minus cosine x, and then the last two terms is going to be plus cosine squared x. Okay, and then keep going. So you can combine those two terms on the right. Still got sine squared x here. And then on the right side, I got 1 minus 2 cosine x plus cosine squared x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. The next thing I'm going to do is rewrite this sine squared x. If you remember your Pythagorean identities, I'm going to turn it into terms of cosine so I can solve this thing. But if you remember your Pythagorean identities, 1 minus cosine squared is the same as sine squared. So I got 1 minus cosine squared x. And now what I'm going to do is get all of my terms on the same side. So let me start subtracting things. So you subtract 1. Oops. If you subtract 1, it'll cancel out these things here. Subtract 1 from both sides. Those cancel out. And then what I'm going to do is move this, or I'm going to add this cosine squared x to both sides. And that will cancel those out. And then this 2 cosine x will get a, oh wait, no, that's going to go with cosine squared. So this, because it's cosine squared, you got to add this down here to the cosine squared. And then this is set equal to 0. I'm going to rearrange some things over here, so we'll have 2 cosine squareds. Typically put the x squared terms in front, and you've got minus 2, not x, 2 cosine x. Okay, so the last thing we got to do is I'm going to scroll down, give myself more room. We're going to factor this out. We're going to factor out a 2 cosine from both of these terms, and then we're going to solve it. And solving this, we're actually going to end up getting 2 equations because of that. So I'm going to have 2 cosine x, and then I'll have, on the inside, I'll have a cosine x from that first term, because that would give me the 2 cosine x squared. And then if you take out 2 cosine x from 2 cosine x, you're left with 1. So the first thing you want to solve is you're going to set 2, whoa, that's supposed to be a 2. You're going to set 2 cosine x equal to 0. And the other one that you want to solve is you're going to set cosine x equal to positive 1, because if you set this equal to 0, you add 1 to both sides. So you want to figure out where cosine's 1 and where cosine is 0, because let's go ahead and start on this left-hand side. Divide both sides by 2. Those will cancel out. And you want to figure out where cosine x equals 0 divided by 2 is 0. So cosine is 0. Where is the x value 0? That's 0 at 90 degrees and 270 degrees. Okay, and remember, we're going to have to come up with an equation for that here in a second. I guess we can go ahead and do that and talk about that. But we're going to have to come up with an equation because it didn't give us an interval that it wanted. So let me scroll down just a little bit more, and we can talk about how to do that. So if you're thinking about your graph over here while you're doing this, and I hope you are. So 90 degrees is happening right here. Let me try to get, there we go. 90 degrees is up here. And then the 270 degrees is down here at the bottom. And you want to see how often that is going to repeat itself if you imagine these answers going on forever and ever and ever. Your equation is going to be x equals, the first one was 90, which is pi over 2. You convert that to radians. And then we're going to do plus k times something. And the something is going to be how often this thing repeats itself in radians. So this pattern is repeating itself every 180 degrees. And it would do that forever and ever and ever if you did that. And 180 degrees, the equivalent for that in radians is pi. Okay, so the equation for that one is going to be k equals pi over 2 plus k times pi, because that's how the second part of it, the pi over 2 makes sense as the first answer. The second part of it is k times how often it repeats itself in radians. Let me highlight that. So there's your final answer, is that part of the equation. We're also going to get another answer. So let's go figure out where cosine is positive 1 at. And if you're looking at your graph, cosine is positive 1 at 0. And again, when you come back around to 360, which is the angles are the same. So this answer would be, and I guess let me write it in degrees first. So this happens at 0 and 360. You can skip that step if you want to, because you want your final answer to be this equation. X equals, so what's our first answer? Our first answer is 0 plus, and then you always want to do 0 plus k, and then times how often it repeats itself in radians. So it repeats itself every 360 degrees. So we're going to multiply the k by 2 pi, which is the equivalent. And that is k times 2 times pi is giving me some issues, so I'm going to rearrange that. You would typically write that as 2k pi. But if you write it like this, I can forgive you. It just is going to get on my nerves. Okay? So there's your final answer. That answer repeats itself. And the first answer is 0, and that answer will repeat itself every 2 pi, because cosine will be 0 again cosine will be 1 again over and over and over again every 360 degrees, or every 2 pi. Okay, so I hope this helps. Please email or FaceTime or whatever you would like to do to ask if you have any questions. And your problems for today, I believe, are from the book, and you can find the numbers and the pages for that on LMS and on Roomweb.